Hey YouTube, this is episode 40, the big 4-0 of the Daily BE. That's the Daily Bespoke Edge, if this is your first episode. And first of all, I can't believe here we are at episode 40. Before you know, we'll be at 400. Mark my words. We'll flash back to this moment perhaps. So today's topic, I thought, let's take a look at kind of the smaller accessories. Not neckties, not pocket squares, but the little things like cufflinks and tie bars, and kind of build, for my own collection, I'm kind of using as an example, as I always do. What is the minimalist approach to accessories for guys? What are the three things that can kind of carry you through a range of different occasions and be really versatile and help you look your best, without kind of getting into the trap of thinking there's different, types and genres and styles and, there's too much going on, too many different options. Let's kind of break it down to the most simplest form. And again, this is my opinion, as all this is, to kind of offer up something for you to kind of ponder and take in your own direction, hopefully. So, that being said, the following three pieces are what I think are kind of potentially your go-to options for the smaller menswear accessories. Let's take a peek. Alright, first up, as you could probably have guessed, are cufflinks. Now with cufflinks, there are thousands, if not tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of little cufflinks out there. And for me, to be completely honest with you, right now I only have one pair. And that might surprise you. There's obviously a lot out there that I would love to have, and you'll probably see more in some future episodes. But the reason I've had one for a long time is that these little guys are super versatile. Obviously metallic and got kind of a modern look to it, but they're very masculine. It's just a bunch of metal, right? It's got kind of some cool curved edges, but it's also a very square shape. Not quite chrome, much more of like a brushed stainless steel, which is kind of my preference. But I think the takeaway is that if you get something that is more of a silver color, you can wear with much more things than you can if, say, it was kind of a brass or a color. Silver, whether it's this brushed kind of steel, or if it's a chrome plating or nickel plating of some kind, I think it will kind of carry you in much different directions than if you had something that's much more bold. And these, by the way, I think were about 20 bucks. I mean, if you go hunting for a good pair, you can really find some good deals. So that's number one. The second thing out of our trio here is a tie bar. And again, in the world of tie bars, you have lots of options. This, first of all, is an alligator clip style, which I think is a little bit easier to use than like the slide clasp, which can be kind of tricky, especially if you have a thicker tie. And I just like the alligator clasp style. You see on the tie bar here, the width matches a lot of my ties, which are kind of modern, kind of 3-inch or narrower tie width. And a little bit of a pattern here, but very simple. So again, the more simple it is, the more different places I can wear it. That's a tie bar. And last but not least, but at least for this episode, is a lapel flower. Now, admittedly, these are kind of new to me. Brett gave this one to me for Christmas and declared 2017 the year of the tie bar, the year of the lapel flower. And if you recall, there's an earlier episode I did on these, and I'll put in the comments of that particular episode. You can go back and watch it. But this is kind of my go-to color, that being navy. And the white polka dots are perfect because I'm usually wearing a white dress shirt when I want to kind of spruce things up with a lapel flower. So you don't need to have half a dozen of these things. You really only got to have one, and get it in your favorite color, as I did. And therefore, you can wear pretty much everything that you have. And I think you'll be really surprised at the different opportunities you can wear a lapel flower. And this one, by the way, I could really dress it down, or I could make it pretty formal. Again, it's relatively small, as are all three of these things. And so, because they're not huge pieces and really bold, they're not calling a lot of attention. And by extension of that, you get a lot of versatility out of these three things. So, all in all, if I had to guess on cost, I bet you could do all three of these for about 50 bucks if you went to a department store or found something on Etsy or Tybar.com is one of my favorites for some good deals. So there it is. Takeaway, you don't need to have too many flashy things, and don't think that you have to have something that's really unique. I know there's a lot of options for really all three of these things. But as I showed you, or tried to show you, that there's some very straightforward rules, and if you kind of lean towards your own preference and be true to what you think you'll like and what you think you'll wear, you'll find that you can really get away with just 1, 2, 3 things. Piece of cake, right? Okay, thanks guys. Subscribe, leave a comment if you don't mind, and we'll be back with another episode for another day. Thank you.